people, hello friends, you're welcome to my YouTube channel, The Occasion. I want to thank everyone who has supported me in diverse ways, financially and with your data, by subscribing, watching my video and liking my video as well. I want to say a big thank you. So briefly on the board, I'll be solving some Jamb likely questions. Okay, let's go straight to the board. So the question says, the following are isoelectronic ions except. The following are isoelectronic ions except. Now the keywords here, like I do say in my video, you first of all analyze the question. When you have a proper understanding, you can solve or answer the question correctly as well. So isoelectronic is got on the word. Iso means the same. So electronic means electrons. Okay, so iso means what? That is to say ions having the same what? Number of what? Electrons, okay, or ions per se in this option here. So iso means the same, okay? Iso means the same. Okay, so electronic means it pertains to what? Electrons, okay? Electrons. So we are asked now to look for, the ions that do not have the same electronic ions, okay, in this option here. So we have O, A, that's O 2 minus, B, Na plus, C, Si 2 plus, D, Mg 2 plus. Now the first thing you should understand is this. So the first 20 elements and their chemical symbols, okay, it will help you a lot. So this one here, O, stands for what? Oxygen. Okay, let me write it out. O here is for what? Oxygen. Okay, Na here is for sodium. Sodium. And Si is what? Is silicon. Okay, and Mg is what? Magnesium. Magnesium. Okay, and you need to know their charges. Okay, what's the kind of charge or ions they have. Now O2 here simply means what? When you see an element having a negative ion, otherwise called an anion, okay, we have kinds of ions, okay? We have types of ion. We have the cation ion, that's they are positively charged, positively. Oh, my marker, excuse me. Okay, so positively charged, that's having a charge of what? A plus sign. So the anions are negatively charged, okay? Anions, they are dots, negatively charged. Okay, so this one having a negative sign means what? They are anions, okay? The one having positive sign, they are what? Cations. And please take note, I think that will take me to answering questions in how to balance equations and also having talking about chemical bonding, okay? Now, when you see an element having a positive sign, what it simply means is this, that element, for instance, this Na here, before I solve the question, okay, it means that this Na having what? A positive sign means what? It has lost what? One electron, okay? In mathematics, I might not actually write plus one here. Okay, it's somehow not correct mathematically. So I can write from 2 upward and 3, okay? That's the same way you have, for instance, x plus x. When you say x plus x, you don't write 1x plus 1x. It's wrong, okay? Mathematically not correct. So what do? You write x plus x, that's what equals to what? 2x. So the same thing is applicable to what? Solving the question here, okay? So let's proceed then. So when you see an element having a positive charge, it means what? That element has what? Lost one electron. That's plus, just one, okay? So it means that this sodium here lost what? One electron, okay? So when you see this one, now this oxygen here having O2 minus, it means that what? This oxygen has what? Gained 2 electrons. It has gained 2 what? Electrons. So this is the opposite of when you say somebody is having plus, that's you gain. Okay, so just know that when in chemical reaction per se, when an element has a plus sign or a cation, it means for that electron has lost what? One electron. For if it's plus 2, for instance, okay, magnesium has plus 2, okay, that's Mg 2 plus. So it means what? That this magnesium has lost what? 2 electrons. It lost what? 2 electrons. Please understand this. When you understand this, you can solve other questions, okay, concerning chemical bonding and all that. So sodium here is having plus. It means what? Sodium lost 1 electron. Oxygen here is having what? O2 minus. That's what? It gained 2 electrons. And same is applicable to what? There. Now, let's get straight to the question to solve and get our answer. The following are isoelectronic ions, except I said iso means what? The same. That electron is talking about what? Electrons. You understand? So let's get straight to the board, okay? Let me solve the questions. So please note the words chemical symbols. O is what? Oxygen. Na is what? Sodium. Si is silicon. And Mg is what? Magnesium. Okay? Of the question. So the following are isoelectronic ions except oxygen, sodium, silicon, and what? Magnesium. So which of them is not having the same number of electron ions or electronic ions per se? So let's analyze them briefly. Let's start with A. That's oxygen. No, oxygen having what? 2 minus. Now, first of all, what is the atomic number of oxygen? First of all, you what? Identify the atomic number of oxygen. Identify the atomic number, okay, of oxygen. And that is what? 8, okay? That oxygen is what? 8. Okay? So what it means is that oxygen has what? 8 number of what? Protons. And what? 8 number of what? Electron. Okay? In a neutral atom. In a neutral atom. Okay? So what it means is this now. Let's solve to know how many electrons this oxygen is having here. So by so doing, it means what? Oxygen has 8 electrons and 8 protons. So what it means is 8, okay, plus, okay, sorry, so we have 8, okay, minus, excuse me. So it means what? Oxygen has 8 minus 2 because of this what? Ion. Take note, this is a minus sign, okay? So what do we have? 8 minus into brackets minus 2. What do? We open the bracket. So minus times minus will give us what? Plus. That's what? 8 plus 10. Sorry, 8 plus 2. Which is equal to what? 10. So oxygen here is having what? 10 electrons. Okay? So the same principles applies to the other one. So let's see for sodium. I will have to share the board. So let's see for sodium. So sodium is having what? 11 atomic number. 11 as what? The atomic number, right? So it has 11 protons and what? 11 electrons. Okay? So in this case, what do we do then? It's going to be 11. How many? Look at the ion. How many is there? Right? We have 1. That's what I told you, right? So it's equal to what? 11 minus 1 will give us what? 10 electrons. Okay? Because of the charge here. This charge here plus. Okay? So let's solve for silicon. Silicon is having what? 14 atomic number. That's to say what? 14 protons and what? 14 electrons. And please take notes. I said something, right? There's something I said. So 14 here. So we're going to have 14. What is the charge given to us here? Is what? Plus, right? So already we're subtracting to get our isoelectronic what? Ion. So 14 minus plus 2 will give us what? 14 minus plus 2 will give us what? Let's open the bracket. Plus times minus is what? Minus, right? So 14 minus 2 will give us what? 12. Okay, that's for silicon. Let's see for magnesium then. We have magnesium. And magnesium having what? 12 atomic number. It's having 12 as what? Its atomic number. So 12 here. Okay, so 12. So 12 minus, what's the charge given to us there? Plus 2. Okay, will give us what? So we have 12 plus times minus is what? Minus, that's what? 2. That's equals to 12 minus 2 is what? 10. This is 10 electrons. These electrons. So from this breakdown, which of the elements does not tally with having the same isoelectronic ions? So we've seen for oxygen we have 10, sodium we have 10. So these are the answers. So we have 10. For silicon we have 12, and magnesium we have 10. So which of them here does not tally with having, or does not tally on having isoelectronic ions? The answer is what? Silicon. So silicon has about what here? About 12. So it's not a line. So silicon has 12 here. So the answer here is what? Silicon. Okay, I'm going to stop here, and I'll make more videos, okay, on balancing equation and also solving some on what? Stoichiometry. These are now branch of stoichiometry. Okay, so these are now branch. It's a branch in chemistry that deals with the quantitative relationship between what? Reactants and products in a chemical reaction. So we're going to see that on how to solve questions relating to what? Stoichiometry. And also I'm going to solve questions on balancing equation. Now when you have this bit of understanding, you can solve other questions. Thank you.